Dakota gun laws. The laws here are built around trust, real trust, in law-abiding people. But as any tactical mind knows, one missed detail can flip your day from solid to sketchy. So let's break it all down. No stress, just the facts. Chapter 1. Buying guns in South Dakota. South Dakota makes buying guns a firearm simple. Whether you're picking up a rifle, shotgun, or handgun, there's no state permit, no registration, and no waiting period. The only thing standing between you and your new hardware is the federal background check. Pass it, and you're on your way. Private sales, totally legal. With no state paperwork, you just don't sell to someone you know who's prohibited under federal law, I guess. Like, if you know that, don't do it. You walk into a shop, find what fits your hand and maybe your mindset, pass the NICS check, and walk out the door. No waiting, no paperwork circus, none of that. The state trusts you to act right, and that's how it should be. In other words, you're treated like an adult because here, the tactical community is the community. Chapter 2. Carrying in South Dakota. This is where South Dakota stands out because permitless carry isn't just for residents. It's for anyone who can legally own a gun. That's right, whether you call South Dakota home or you're just visiting, if you're 18 or older and not otherwise prohibited, you can carry concealed or open. No permit needed. But let's talk options. South Dakota still offers regular and enhanced permits. The regular permit is recognized in quite a few states, but the enhanced permit, that opens even more doors, especially if you're traveling. It takes a little more to get, background check, fingerprints, proof of training. In exchange, you get a broader reciprocity across the country. Now, one thing to remember, not every state honors a South Dakota permit, and some places have their own ideas about gun rights, so before you hit the road, check those reciprocity maps. Chapter 3. Transporting guns. Now, here's a spot where even locals get caught off guard. South Dakota treats handguns and long guns differently in vehicles. Even while doing research for this video, I got conflicting answers, so I went straight to the source, read the law, SDCL 41-14-10, and here's the first actual red tape I found. Handguns. You can keep a loaded handgun in your vehicle, open or concealed, no problem. There's no state law requiring it to be cased, locked, or stored in any certain way. Your vehicle, your call. Great. Long guns are a different story. By law, you can't have a loaded rifle or shotgun in your vehicle on any public highway or road. Loaded, quote unquote, means any live round in the chamber or in a magazine attached to the firearm. Now, before you hit the road, make sure your rifle or shotgun is completely unloaded, chamber and mag out. No law says it must be cased or locked, but loaded guns in a vehicle are a no-go. Bottom line, handguns loaded in your vehicle is fine, rifles and shotguns, not fine. But do you have to tell the officer you have a firearm in the car? Well, no, there is no duty to inform. Now, if an officer asks, it is polite to be direct, but you are not legally required to announce that you have a gun in the car. Now, if you get into an accident and you have a loaded rifle in your car, you might wake up with some charges. Chapter 4. Where you can't carry. Now, even in a state that trusts its citizens, there are a few places you just can't go armed. Obviously, the federal buildings, post offices, courthouses, places that have a lot of metal detectors. Those are a no-go. K through 12 schools. Federal laws ban carrying in and around K through 12 school zones unless you have a valid South Dakota permit and you're a South Dakota resident. Out-of-state permits don't count for this exception. Courthouses and jails. Leave your gun at home or locked up. No exceptions here. What are you, crazy? Posted private businesses. This one's nuanced and gets a lot of flack. So if a business posts a no gun sign, you're not going to automatically get arrested right then and there. But if you're asked to leave and you don't, that's trespassing, and now you've got a real problem. The sign itself isn't the law, but the owner's final word is. If in doubt, just be the pro. If you see a sign, make sure you're using our shorts. If you're asked to leave, you go. PLM. Property law matters too. Chapter 5. Private sales, shipping, and other moves. Private sales are still legal and paperwork free. No universal background check laws here. Just don't knowingly transfer a gun to someone who's not allowed to have one. If you ever need to ship a firearm, remember, federal law says handguns across state lines have to go through a dealer. Most folks just use a dealer anyway to keep things simple. Chapter 6. Red flag laws and storage. Now here's another relief. South Dakota has no red flag law. Nobody's taking your guns on just a rumor. There's no state-mandated storage law either. But don't get careless. If you leave a loaded gun out where a kid or a prohibited person can get it and something goes wrong, you can still be on the hook. and should if a kid gets hurt. The real ones know it's not about what the law says, but about what's smart. Chapter 7. Any recent changes? As of August 2025, no major changes to South Dakota's gun laws at the state or federal level. The only thing that changes faster than gear trends is legislation, so always double check the South Dakota Department of Public Safety or the Legislative Research Council for the latest updates. Get the information from its source. South Dakota trusts you whether you're carrying, buying, or transporting. The rules are built on freedom and responsibility. Get our concealed carry shorts and sweatpants to elevate your holster. No sag, all comfort. Don't be lame. Subscribe.